Was Tiger in a slump, or were expectations after his 2000 season too high? Tiger was hungry and motivated.
Brought it up high, right at it.
How about a hit? What a shot by Mickelson.
Oh, man.
What a shot.
Look at
It was feeding time.
Out of the rough, pin back right. Here we go.
I mean, this is a hero shot if he does it.
This ball just left of the hole. It all depends on the distance.
He's put it in birdie range. Tiger's got a chance to win it.
Arnold Palmer. Jack Nicklaus has won at Inverary.
absolutely incredible.
See the right club today. Yes.
Go in. Oh! There it is. 59. The best final round ever. Oh, my. Welcome to this edition of PGA Tour Classic, the 2001 Bay Hill Invitational. The year 2000 certainly was the year of the Tiger. Tiger Woods captured victory in 9 PGA Tour events, including 3 majors, and set or tied an amazing 27 scoring record.
He's established himself as he's just made him having the potential to be the greatest player he's ever been. He's beating the hell out of everybody. The word unbelievable is the only word you can
have a weakness, and there hasn't been a player ever that.
The scary thing about him is that he can still get better from where he was.
mind about it.
He trampled on everybody in the U.S.
Tiger seemed to put such a large gap between him and the rest.
The way he trampled on everybody at St. Andrews.
Let's face it, who likes to get beat up?
He's lifted the bar, and only he can jump it right now.
By the start of 2001, the rest of the tour had taken notice and elevated their games to new heights. Mark Calcavecchia set or tied 7 PGA Tour records in winning the Phoenix Open with a 28 under 256, a record that had stood for 46 years. At the Bob Hope Chrysler Classic a few weeks later, Joe Durant set a new 72-hole record with 29 under par. And by the time he completed Sunday's 5th and final round, he broke the 90-hole record. Coming into the 2001 Bay Hill Invitational, Tiger, however, hadn't won. Many called it a slump. When a player wins 16 of his first 28 starts, expectations are usually high. 6 months, 8 straight tournaments without a victory. Tiger had set the bar so high in 2000 that even though in his own mind he was having a good year, many observers felt otherwise.
If they believe that's a slump, they really don't understand. If you look at the numbers aren't that bad. Obviously with scoring records and tournament records falling, yeah, it just goes to show you that guys have really played well this year, and that's just the way it goes sometimes. Sometimes you go out there and you give it all you got, and you just come up a little short.
Would Tiger come up short again? Could he summon that inner drive and intense focus? The 2001 Bay Hill Invitational next on PGA Tour Classic.
Bay Hill was very special. I came here the first time in 1948, and I knew then that someday I'd be back here.
The Bay Hill Invitational is synonymous with one man, Arnold Palmer. Ever since his first professional victory in 1955, Palmer has been one of the game's most dominant players. 62 career victories, ranked 4th behind only Snead, Nicklaus, and Hogan. Every March, the top players in the world gather to pay tribute to the son of a golf pro from Latrobe, Pennsylvania.
It was really nice winning Bay Hill at Arnold Palmer's home course, and it was nice to get to the trophy from Arnold himself, so it was quite a special moment.
Everything that we play for and everything that has been organized in golf to this point, we owe a large measure to Arnold.
The Bay Hill Invitational is special to a lot of players because it is Arnold's tournament, and he's designed the course, he's created the event, if you will, and it's really because of him that the Bay Hill gets so many good players and such a strong field. And it's mainly paying respects to Arnold on making the game what it is today.
The crown that rests atop the Bay Hill logo denotes the presence of the king. Arnie's guiding force touches virtually every aspect of the tournament. Ever since playing the little-known Bay Hill in 1965, Palmer nurtured the club's rise to national prominence. In 1970, Palmer and several partners made a deal to acquire the club from its founders. Through Arnie's efforts, the Bay Hill Invitational has been a mainstay event on the PGA Tour since 1979. On Thursday, the question everyone had on their minds, would this be the week Tiger Woods would finally get back on track and win? He got off to a very good start. A birdie at 3. But at the par 4-8, the toughest hole at Bay Hill and one of the toughest on the PGA Tour, Woods found trouble. More signs that he was mired in a slump. 7 whacks on the treacherous par 4. While Tiger struggled, the world's number 2 player, Phil Mickelson, was on fire. Three under through 14 holes. Mickelson chips it in for birdie at 15 to move to 4 under par. And he completed day 1 with an outstanding round of 66 and was tied with 4 others at the top. A sponsorless cap and a priceless signature. Chris Perry was paired with the king, Arnold Palmer, and it may have inspired him to his fine showing on day 2. After a nervous 1 under 71 on Thursday, Perry went deep on Friday. A 6 under round 66 put him at 7 under for the tournament. Phil Mickelson got off to a rocky start, 3 over after 11. But his luck quickly changed to 12 with the Eagle 3. Meanwhile, Woods got back on track with a 5 under 67. Despite a triple bogey on Friday, Tiger was only 2 shots off the lead. Yet talk still revolved around his slump.
There has been so much talk of a slump. To a certain extent, you have to be a victim of the expectations that you've created by having such a wonderful season last year. Is there any part of you, even just a small part of you, that would like to win so you can stop that discussion, even though you've told us time and time again that you just play for yourself and no one else?
Well, I think it's funny more than anything, because obviously you guys got to please your producers and editors, and if you really understand the game of golf, you know that I'm not playing that bad. You know, my stroke average is lower this year. I'm actually playing a little bit better than I was last year at this time. So it's just a matter of, you know, getting the right breaks at the right time and have a few good things happen.
On Saturday, Woods continued to let his sticks do the talking. Tiger followed up a 67 with a 6 under 66 to move to 12 under for the tournament and grab the 3rd round lead. Tossing his hat in the ring, 21-year-old Spanish sensation Sergio Garcia. The world took notice of this young phenom when he finished as runner-up in the 1999 PGA Championship to Tiger Woods. Yet he still hadn't crossed the winner's circle. Perhaps this could be the week. Known as a streaky player, Garcia has already proven he can light it up at any time. After his birdie at 16, he put himself in position for another at 18. Sergio's engaging smile and winning personality has made him an instant fan favorite. A birdie at the home hole and a 3rd round total of 68. At 11 under, he's in 2nd place, only 1 shot back of Tiger. Back with more on PGA Tour Classic. In 1990, a 21-year-old rookie shocked the golf world. After winning his first event as a pro, Robert Gamez hit one of the most remarkable shots in PGA Tour history to win at Bay Hill.
Needs a birdie right here.
My adrenaline started pumping. I took out a 7 and hit just a flush shot. And while I was in the air, I said, this one's going to be close.
Oh, it's in! It's in!
Sunday, the final round, and everyone came out in full force to see if Tiger Woods could put an end to the speculation that he was in a slump. As he had said, he thought all the attention was pretty funny, and on Sunday he was hoping to have the last laugh. But it was the course that was doing the smiling early. A bogey at 1 for Woods dropped him into a tie with Garcia at 11 under. Up ahead, Phil Mickelson was making some noise. A birdie at 5 got him to 9 under, just 2 back. After opening with 3 straight pars and tied at 11 under with Woods, Sergio Garcia took the lead with this birdie at 4. But it was short-lived. Tiger bounced back with a birdie at 4 of his own to rejoin Garcia at the top at 12 under. The 2 young guns were tied for the lead, and Mickelson was 3 back. Garcia, playing in the final group with Tiger, had his troubles on the treacherous par 5 sixth. After his 3rd shot came up short, Garcia took a drop. Now playing his 5th, and that too finds the hazard. Electing to play it from the rocks, Garcia hitting his 6th shot. Garcia went on to post a triple bogey 8 and left Woods in the lead all by himself. Garcia, however, wasn't alone. The 6 saw its fair share of players rack up big numbers. Unfazed by the menacing 6th, Tiger had this for birdie.
This would represent a 4-shot swing between him and Sergio. And that's what it is, a birdie for Tiger, the triple bogey for Garcia. They came to the par 5-6 tied. Now Tiger is 4 ahead of Garcia.
But Tiger was struggling to maintain his hold at the top. A succession of long par saves kept his opponents at bay. This one at 7. And then again at 8, the same hole where he recorded a triple bogey on Thursday. After a 2 under par 34 on the outward half, Mickelson continued to make his presence felt.
You're right. Come on.
This a brilliant approach at 11, and that to get him to 11 under and within 2 of Woods. The resilient Garcia could have easily phoned it in after his triple bogey at 6, but the young Spaniard battled on.
Well, this right at the hole, John, if it'll stop.
How about in? It checks up nicely. And Garcia, who has been continuing to rebound since that triple bogey at the 6th with a couple of pars, has a chance to get one back at the 9th. And with Tiger having his own problems, we could see another swing in Sergio's direction.
Mickelson after his masterful approach at 11 for birdie. Back at 9, Garcia for birdie.
And Garcia reads it perfectly. And although he certainly hasn't forgotten about that triple at the 6th, trying to pump himself up.
They weren't going to let Tiger win without a fight. Woods again had left himself with another tester for par. Solid, a confident stroke. Just when it seemed like Woods was ready to distance himself from the field, Mickelson and Garcia said not yet. Ahead to Mickelson, his 2nd shot at the 12th.
Here's the man Tiger's got to keep his little attention on, I believe. I mean, as many boo-boos as he made this week, to think he's only 2 back is impossible.
If he wins this tournament, it'll be one of the biggest roller coaster rides to a tournament that we've ever seen. Remember, in the 2nd round of the par 5 12, this is also the hole he eagled when he won the championship here back in '97.
I did feel a sense of urgency just because I felt like 31 was the number I needed to shoot, and to do that, I have to birdie more than half the holes. And so I needed to get off to a quick start.
Mickelson from just off the green at 12.
Good looking putt.
Did he hit it enough?
You gotta be kidding me. Wow. 21 birdies and 3 eagles.
And Mickelson moves to within 1 of Tiger Woods.
You are watching the 2001 Bay Hill Invitational on PGA Tour Classic.
Now Tiger Woods at the 11th.
Look at this. Look at how far open this club face is, Raj. Watch how hard he swings. There's hard enough to go about 100 yards if the face was square. Wow. But nothing, huh, Raj?
Nothing. He just didn't have much, John. Even playing that shot, still got 20 feet left almost.
Tiger's been able to stave off the bogeys with some par-saving putts, but this is a lengthy one.
And look at that look on his face. That's a grimace. Tiger snarl.
Sergio Garcia, what's he got here, Raj?
Well, he's going to use a wood here and try to play a little chip, kind of a putting stroke that'll get the ball lofted up and trying to get it rolling down that slope through the rough.
Is that a crazy shot?
Well, John, he really has no place to land it. If he pitches it, it's straight downhill from there.
Couldn't lob wedge it into that fringe?
Risky play. I don't think that would really work.
Things teed up like he could hit it with a driver.
Fast. It is. Everything was downhill, John. He didn't have much to work with.
Downhill, down grain.
So Garcia's got a putt to remain at 10 under. Phil Mickelson over at 13. Murph.
Oh, man.
Tiger doesn't know it, but he got lucky. Phil Mickelson drove it in a divot. This is a big golf shot. Never comfortable when you have to go over water. Sounded pretty solid. And it was. Importantly, it's on the green.
I had a bit of an unfortunate break on the one birdie hole on 13. 13 was a hole that the pin was easy to get to and hit a nice 2-iron down the middle, and I was in a divot. And instead of thinking of birdie, I'm thinking about not hitting it in the water, which is a poor thought process. That was the one hole that I felt I could have birdied coming in.
Well, you got divotitis here.
Right. This year, the divot cost him there. And back to 11.
Okay. A long par attempt for Tiger Woods to try to hang on to his lead. Well, first bogey since the opening hole for Tiger Woods, drops back to 12 under, and right now he and Phil Mickelson are tied.
A battle of the Titans, the two best players going at it.
Tee at 15, tricky driving hole, big dog leg to the right.
He's killed it. And this hole here is the fourth hardest on the golf course. How's this look?
Looks great, Johnny. He hit it with a driver, which was unbelievable because it's playing downwind.
Probably one of the things people don't know about Phil Mickelson, he's the biggest gambler probably on the tour. He'll gamble anything. He'll gamble whether the sun comes up tomorrow.
You can also bet Phil's wise enough not to bet against Tiger. Tiger's 21-2 when he takes the lead into the final round. The odds were not in Mickelson's favor.
It's a wedge from 140 yards, very high, left of the hole. Just not a good play.
No, not a good shot.
Another missed green and another missed birdie opportunity.
Well, after bombing his drive at the par 415, second for Phil Mickelson.
He's got a shot at yards, pretty clean lie. And he was very fortunate, Johnny, to be a left-handed golfer there because was resting up against primary rough, and a right-hander would have had a much tougher shot.
Mickelson has a chance for his 5th birdie of the day to get to 13 under. That was a 335-yard drive.
Back at 13, Tiger's third shot. He's been racking up par saves all day, and this one is crucial. He'll have that left for par to stay tied with Mickelson at 12 under.
We go over to 14. And Greg Norman for his back-to-back birdie. He just birdied 13. A little smile. That got Greg Norman to 9 under. And back at 13, Sergio now. His putt will move slightly right. Is it hard enough?
Very demonstrative, huh, Bob?
It's a great shot. Back to 16.
Well, the birdie putt now of Scott Hoke. Poor bunker shot, got to the top of the hill, rolled all the way back down to this position. Well, that's got enough speed. Oh, man, you're not supposed to make that putt from down the bottom of that hill.
You know, you hate to say it, Roger, but Tiger's playing one boring round, isn't he? I mean, just nothing.
It's not like him. I mean, when he's laid up, he's laid well back, and he's played really very, very conservative by what you would expect from him. So in that regard, is it boring? Well, I guess so, by his standards.
A ho-hum par for Woods to remain at 12 under.
Now Phil Mickelson.
What a big putt this is. Chance to actually get the lead. And I would have never believed that an hour and a half ago that Phil Mickelson would be leading the golf tournament if he makes this.
Well, Johnny, he has been attacking all day long, as evidenced by that tee shot there. I mean, he took that tee shot with the driver right to the corner of the dog leg, actually hit it over a house to get it to where he did, and now looking to pay it off. He's got about 10 feet here, not much break. Very makeable putt.
And for the first time, he's got the outright lead. He has passed up Tiger Woods.
Mickelson was defying the odds. Woods at the par 3 14th.
This is a 5-iron, and he's got it stuck behind him again, left it, hung it out right at the right side of the green.
It had been 8 tournaments and 189 days since Woods had won on tour. Could he catch Mickelson? Tiger makes his move when we return. Fred Couples was the hottest player on tour when he came to Bay Hill in 1992. With a victory and 2 consecutive runner-up finishes in his previous 3 events, Couples continued his dominant play, winning at Bay Hill by a whopping 9 shots. To recap the final round, Tiger Woods has struggled to this point, but some clutch par saves kept him within striking distance of Phil Mickelson, who's 3 under on the back 9 after 6 holes.
Welcome back. We're at the tee of the par 5 16th, and there's the huge leaderboard. Phil Mickelson knows exactly how he stands, now 1 ahead of Tiger Woods.
And this one is headed left, Gary.
Now he gets a good break. Will it stay short of the next one? I believe it will. And just in the intermediate cut of rough, so a fortunate bounce for Phil Mickelson. Easily can reach the green in 2 from there.
Norman's 3rd from behind the green.
Looking pretty good.
Oh,
Greg.
3 in a row for the Shark, and look who's shot up the leaderboard. And a tie for 3rd, 14.
Tiger from across the green now.
Oh my! Unbelievable. Tiger tied for the lead, but Mickelson is putting for eagle at 16.
There's a good look at the slope he must come up. Well, he's judged it very nicely. That's going to be an easy tap-in birdie for Phil Mickelson for his 6th birdie of the day. We go to 15.
Tiger Woods with an iron.
Well, with a hard iron there. That's a full 2-iron, and he's looking a little anxiously like might be left, Roger.
He's hit it a little left of his aim, Johnny, where he was trying to hit it, but I think it should be okay. He knows how he stands now in the event, Johnny. He took a good look at the scoreboard on the way down here, but he does not know Mickelson is on his way to making birdie at 16.
Well, a mere formality for Phil Mickelson at the 16th. The 2 putt for the birdie there at the par 5. 2 in a row for Mickelson. He moves it up to 14 under par. And now he's kicking back. Feeling good about what he's done on the back 9 this week. 12 under. And over to 15. Tiger Woods is second. Does he have any tree problems there, Roger?
I don't believe so at all. It was reasonably close, but I think he'll be fine and be able to make a swing without worrying about the tree. Has 149 yards to the front edge, 172 to the hole. And this is another one of those holes, John, where the grain runs away from you, the green kind of runs away from you, and it's also downwind, so he's going to have to land this ball well short of the hole.
And he's coming out of the rough, huh?
Yeah, and it's sitting down just a little.
Came up high off the club face.
He's hit it very, very high. This looks like it needs to get down.
Takes a hard hop.
Oh, man, that might be a tough stance.
To 17, Mickelson on the tee at the difficult par 3.
I think it's a big advantage, Gary, if he can post basically a par-par finish while Woods is, you know, maybe on
definitely. Johnny, you know, the 16th, you got to figure Tiger's going to birdie if he hits any kind of decent tee shot. But 17 and 18, to make 2 pars there, you've got to hit good shots.
Of course, Tiger's got a tough par lurking
15.
On 15, so that's not a done deal. Sets up perfectly for his draw, doesn't it?
It sure does.
It's left of the flag and pretty deep into the green.
Well, if it hits softly, it'll be just fine. Okay, that's, if you're going to miss, that's a great place to be. You want to be long today at 17. A lot of room behind the hole. Back over to 15.
How about that?
Another par save for Woods to stay within striking distance of Mickelson, with Bay Hill's exciting final 3 holes looming ahead.
Here's Tiger Woods back on the 16th tee. And there is the huge scoreboard. Is he going to take a look? Well, yeah, I think he's pretty aware now. So we'll go back over to 17. Yeah, there's the problem, Johnny. That last part of that putt back uphill. It's hard to pick up.
What's that, about 4 feet?
I would say a good 3.5, 4 feet, yeah. Move back to the 16th tee. 517-yard par 5. The easiest hole on the course today.
Made bogey here yesterday, hitting the left bunker.
Well, he has turned it left again today. It may catch one of those bunkers down the left side.
Oh, man, I think it's left of all the bunkers, Roger, and actually very close to the out-of-bounds fence.
Well, he cannot see that from the tee. That area would be blind to Tiger from the tee.
Is that not a bad spot, though?
Well, I think it's going to be fine if he's got any kind of lie.
You do not get a drop from a fence if it's an OB fence, and you can see the fence is right here and the ball is right there. So I think he's going to be just okay. It's a good break, I think. And it might be clear of that tree and a decent opening to the green.
Move ahead now to 17 and a huge putt for Phil Mickelson.
That's a good stroke.
That was right in the heart.
A solid par for Phil. Unaware of Tiger's troubles behind him at 16, Mickelson takes his one-shot advantage to the tee at 18. Bay Hill's diabolical finishing hole has treated him well this week. 2 pars and a birdie.
Phil Mickelson, the leader by 1 over Tiger Woods on the tee at the par 4 18th, the most difficult hole today at Bay Hill.
I believe he's playing the best round of his career right now. I really do. 6 under par in these conditions.
It's headed right, though, Johnny.
Yep, and they got a good bounce off a guy. Well, I don't know if it's good, but it just crawled up his back. And
you're coming out of that rough on the right side. That makes that shot.
Well, it'll be interesting to see the lie he comes up with there. And I think he knew the enormity of that tee shot. Let's take a look at it from the blimp.
The other problem is he's going to be a long way back since it's hit the guy. Didn't get much roll.
Let's see. It is going to the right. You can see here Yep. Whoa, man, that's true. That was a very poor break, but it looks like it's sitting up, Mark. Going to make it very, very exciting.
16, Gary.
Well, Tiger Woods taking a look at what's going on. Roger, you have a chance to look at the lie.
Well, the lie is not perfect. It is sitting down, but it is way better than it could have been. There's not a lot of room over here left of these bunkers and between the fence and the bunkers. And for him to have an unencumbered swing and have a reasonable lie, I think you can only count this as a great break.
I had a flyer lie out of the rough, down grain, but it was kind of halfway decent. If I could get the club on it, I knew the ball was going to jump.
Well, he is hitting it at the right front portion of the green. This is very high.
Oh, what a shot.
What a shot.
And it stays. Wow.
A real short list of guys who can do that, Gary.
That list should only have one name on it, Tiger Woods. His putt for eagle next on PGA Tour Classic. Welcome back to PGA Tour Classic, the 2001 Bay Hill Invitational. Bay Hill flexed its muscles this week. The captivating course tempted players to go low. And then it laughed in their face. The terms triple, quadruple, and even quintuple bogey were uttered more than a few times.
And look at this one.
Wow, there's a shot you don't see very often. Hit the wrong green, I think.
But sometimes a little luck can twist fate.
Imagine that. He holed it from the bunker on number 4. He sculled it out of the bunker on 9. He's shaking his head and saying, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, golf gods.
Needing help from the golf gods at 18, Phil Mickelson's in the deep rough right of the fairway.
It was a poor drive that I hit, and I tried to change the trajectory of the shot. I tried to hit a low runner down the fairway, and it altered my swing when I tried to do that, and it unfortunately wasn't a great drive, and so I was scrambling for par from the start.
Well, decision time for Phil Mickelson. His tee shot at the par 4 18th in the right rough. Mark Rolfing?
I don't think there's any decision, Dan. The lie is not good. He's got 207 yards to the hole, and I think he's going to have to lay it up.
It was buried, yeah. I was sitting really low in the grass, and so I wasn't even sure if I could hit it as far as I did.
Needs to come down softly.
Yeah, I think that's a better lie than the fairway. You know that, Mark? Got a little more cushion under the ball. Good angle to come into that pin placement. And he's just not happy with that tee shot, which I can understand. You can see there's a lot of consternation in his face, a lot of pontificating, to get a bigger word.
I mean, he's absolutely felt every type of emotion you could possibly feel in 1 week and 4 rounds of golf. And now on the verge of a victory.
23 birdies, folks, and 3 eagles for Phil Mickelson. That is crazy golf to be 14 under par.
Well, if this were last year, you'd be betting anything that this putt would go in. It's been a different year so far. I don't think it'll turn that much.
Crane's just not going to let it go over.
Nope, that's a good putt, but he had it well outside the hole right.
Phil Mickelson getting ready.
Got an interesting shot here, Mark. He could throw it sort of hole high left and let it spin down the fall line, or he can go right at it.
He's got about 60 feet of hazard between himself and the hole. It's a very dangerous shot.
He can't hit it over to the left, though, and let it spin down the hill.
He brought it up high.
Crowd
right
loves it.
How about it?
What a shot by Mickelson.
Oh, man.
What a shot.
Look at him. He's going. And Tiger's thinking that was a birdie.
Tell you what, you sense this crowd pulling for Mickelson when he came up to examine the ball before he made that third shot. They were cheering him on as he came up, and he's gotten the loudest ovation here at 18. What a spectacular shot by Mickelson, the #2 player in the world, who last season computed the second largest money winnings in the history of the game, only behind Tiger Woods.
This was such a pure shot. He decided to go right at it off that side hill lie. Nice tempo. Hit sort of a dead shot, not much spin. And it looked like it might go in right there before it checked right. And curious, Gary Koch, if you can hear anything up there from 18.
Well, you could certainly hear a roar. And Tiger Woods was very stoic as he listened to it.
After a birdie at 16 to tie Mickelson, let's see how Tiger responds. Here's his tee shot at the par 3 17th.
Well, this ball left the hole at the center of the green.
All right, safely aboard. We go up to 18.
Phil Mickelson, all that is left for his par 4 to get in at 14 under. And what a save. Up and down from out there. 66 for Mickelson. Tiger Woods locked deep into his Tiger-esque focus. He needs it. He's tied for the lead with Phil Mickelson, who is in with a 66 as Tiger plays the par 3 17th.
Doesn't get any better than it's been today, I'll tell you. Mickelson said on the practice tee to me, I'm going for 64 today, and with the conditions, north wind blowing, the 66 was about a 64.
Back at 17, Tiger for birdie. He could hear the cheers coming from the 18th. After a few years on tour, Tiger's learned how to tell whether an opponent has made birdie just by the roar of the crowd. But did he know that huge ovation for Mickelson was only for par? Did he think he needed birdie to tie? It was a putt Tiger thought he had to make.
Well, his reaction says it all. Let's join Mark Rolfing.
All right, Gary Koch, Phil Mickelson, that has to be one of the finest final rounds you've ever played, I think.
Well, thank you. I'm certainly pleased with it. I felt like I played much more consistent than I did the first 3 rounds. I didn't make any mistakes, really, and when I did, I was able to salvage a par out of it, so I was very pleased. And if Tiger birdies the last hole, that'd be an incredible way to win, and if not, maybe I have a shot at the playoff.
The crucial tee shot now for Tiger Woods, tied with Phil Mickelson at 14 under the par 4 18th.
Well, the driver has not found the fairway almost all day long. The few times he's hit it, it really has cost him, and he's hit it left. It could be out of bounds. He's hit it right. Could be in the trees. And this, he needs to put that all behind him and hit a good tee shot here. You want to hit the ball right down the strip if you can. 441 yards into the wind.
He's turning this one down the left side. This may be too far left, John. I believe it is.
Oh, no. That ball, there's a good bounce. That would have been maybe up against the fence if it hadn't hit the people. That's a good break there.
With that many people over there, it was more than likely it was going to smoke somebody because it was ducking. So it wasn't going to. It's not one of my high hooks. This thing was one of the Nolan Ryan curveballs. I mean, it was ducking. So that means it was going to probably hit short and hit somebody in the gallery and probably stay in.
He did get a break, and he hit someone in the gallery, but still, no easy shot from there.
Will Phil and Amy Mickelson be celebrating another title at Bay Hill?
We return to the exciting conclusion of the 2001 Bay Hill Invitational. Here's the situation. Tiger at 18 needs par to force a playoff.
I mean, you couldn't, if you're going to hit the ball that distance off the tee, you couldn't pick a better spot to play this hole. You see how the green just opens up perfectly from this angle. He's going for it right now. Very interesting to see if he's looking right at it, Roger. He's not looking left.
He's got 191 yards and a perfect lie.
I mean, this is a hero shot if he does it.
Well, this ball just left of the hole. It all depends on the distance.
What a shot by Woods, safely on. And now Mickelson with his young daughter, Amanda. Tiger Woods is going to have a birdie putt to beat Dad. What truly separates Tiger Woods from most everyone else is the ability to hit the fearless shot. At a time when the golf tournament's on the line, Johnny, and the second at 18 was just like that.
Yeah, I guarantee he was aiming exactly right there. He hit a perfect golf shot. Perfect distance.
And then a little bit later on, as if saying to himself, yeah, that was pretty good.
To be honest with you, that was probably the best shot I've hit all week. I mean, I hit this shot so flush, and it was so much fun to see it in the air, kind of just going out there and then bleeding to the right.
Can Tiger Woods birdie 18 at Arnold Palmer's Bay Hill Invitational to get back into the PGA Tour winner's circle for the first time in more than 6 months?
I did think he'd make it just because he normally does that. He normally does make it when he needs to. I noticed that a couple of groups that came through, everybody was missing that putt short and low.
Putt breaks right, but Roger, but it's, what are you thinking, like the 5-inch range or something?
Yes, but it's so dependent on speed, John. I mean, this, if you hit it softly, you really could break more than 5 inches. You could probably get it to 7, 8 inches up off the hole. So it's just a matter of the pace you envision the ball going in.
I said, trust the break. You know, it breaks more. Whatever you read, play just a little bit more than what you read. And I read it, you know, to break probably about a foot. And I said, well, just add that little couple more inches just in case, because the putt will break a little more at the end.
Tiger Woods 0 for his last 8 events on the PGA Tour, and it's come down to this putt. He's back in the winner's circle if this falls.
Get in the hole!
It is over.
See a slump.
Tiger Woods has won Arnold Palmer's Bay Hill Invitational for the 2nd straight year. And this time it had all the drama you could possibly ask for. A back 9 duel at Arnie's place between the top 2 players in the world.
Wow. Tough on Phil Mickelson, but he did his job.
And what a finish by Tiger Woods, who birdies 3 of the last 5 holes to get it done, including 18, the most difficult at Bay Hill today.
Hit the putt just the way I wanted to, and it took us time breaking. It didn't really start breaking it towards the end. But once it started snapping, it went sideways and caught the hole.
He was the only one that not only read it correctly, but hit it correctly.
The so-called slump was now over, and Tiger won the Players' Championship the following week.
And Tiger just touches it to get it started. It catches the slope left of the hole. It should come back a little bit to the right as it gathers speed. Look at this, it may go in. He's hauled it. Are you kidding me?
He then captured another victory at the Masters. 3 consecutive wins and his 2nd green jacket. Tigers may hide, but they don't hibernate. And this Tiger emerged at Bay Hill to begin another incredible season.
With all his time out ahead of him, only 25 years old, and all these records still to achieve, and the scary thing about him is that he can still get better from where he is now.
Always analyzing and trying to get a little bit better, and I think it's just like any weekend hack or professional. I think we're all trying to get just a little bit better.
The 2001 Bay Hill Invitational, a PGA Tour classic.